What up, heads? You know what it is, Tuesday night here on The Beard. My name is Chuck Reeves. I'm the East Coast Beast host. And today, we're talking all Avengers with my good friends Max and Justin. It's a Tuesday spoiler extravaganza. Beardvengers Infinity War. The Beard speaks now.
Oh, come on, he's a miserable cocksucker fucking asshole. You hate him, admit it.
Well, we're just going to go to this because I already got guests in this motherfucking house. Both my guests, Justin and Max, do me a favor, check in on the check-in. Let the heads know that you are here.
Oh, you already know what
Yes,
what the deal is.
We got three
got
smoking-ass fools about to talk about a ridiculous-ass movie. Two of them can see each other. They can't see me, but we can all hear each other.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
So we all saw it. I know
Yes,
Max saw it
we
first.
did.
Max
Yep.
saw it. When did you see it, Max?
I saw it on Friday afternoon.
All right, I saw it, I guess it was Saturday at like 5.
I saw it Saturday at midnight. Well,
Like-
technically Sunday.
My shit was like on a whim. I can't believe you went to the late show after seeing Ragnarok again, you fucking nerd.
I actually hadn't
Ragnarok
seen
is
Ragnarok until I'd watched it that day.
I still haven't seen Ragnarok. Now, okay, so
I saw Ragnarok on the Bunny Box not that long ago. I actually need to get it fixed, but no, it was like, here's my thing. Thor Ragnarok may have been called Thor does Planet Hulk, because it was very
no, and then
clear.
they're gonna do Planet Hulk, but so
They are
let's
doing
talk about
Planet
this in terms of
did they finally get
they're
the
gonna
right
do Planet Hulk. So we'll talk about that after, because that's what comes
Fair enough.
next. All right, what comes
Fair
before? So Ragnarok was the closest movie in the timeline. to
It
Infinity
literally
War.
lines up directly to the movie.
you
The
wanna know
opening
what?
scene is the
Funny-
ending scene of Ragnarok.
So
Funny
Thanos
story.
shows up at the end of Ragnarok.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the funny thing about that. I thought that was great because, I mean, if you'll recall let's remember, this is 18 movies we're talking, that
Yep.
the case has been at all times, the Hulk, and I think they did this on purpose, the Hulk wrecks everything. It takes so much to fucking bring him down that he literally, obviously, he shot himself into space, which in the comics, it's not like voluntary, but point being, then he fights him in the arena. He fights, when you see Hulk, and I mean, Mark Ruffalo is definitely meant to be the major comic relief. It was real good, but point being,
He was originally
Hulk-
supposed to be...
Hulk is always a character where he fucks up everything, and Thanos lays his ass to waste.
Okay, so
immediately.
let's talk about this in terms of the flick
He
itself.
laid his ass out
So,
immediately,
first
and
of
that
all,
was
if you
to me,
haven't
that was
seen it,
to show exactly how badass he was about to be for the rest of the movie.
if you haven't seen it, you may want to turn off now if you have any intentions on seeing it. I'm assuming that even though all these spoilers are happening without any context, I
Yep.
love those. Have you seen those memes?
Oh,
There's a
I know,
bunch of
they're
memes.
so funny.
It's just
I
a
fucking
love-
spoiler with no context, and it's just some dumb
I think
shit.
the rum ham is probably my favorite one so far.
So Ragnarok goes right into Infinity War, which I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, like
Yes.
immediately.
And right off rip, we are in bad shape as
Oh, yeah.
a group of fucking
Oh, yeah.
heroes. Okay.
Like I said, I think that they did that on purpose because, like I said, the Hulk
They
has
set the
always been
tone
established.
early.
They always have established the Hulk as this be-all, end-all. He will
We're
rip
gonna
shit.
get to the Hulk. We're gonna get to the
So-
Hulk thing. So
And
what
then
we're-
the Hulk gets fucking Thanos literally manhandles him immediately.
Well, yeah, but that's
and
what
it
I'm saying.
basically-
Right off rip,
It's by dumb luck. It's by
we've
dumb
got
luck.
dead
he gets
Loki.
into the fucking
We've got a dead Loki. We got a nearly dead Thor, who should have
Yep.
fucking been dead, and I'm sure in one of those drafts ended up dead right in that first scene. All right.
Well, we always got to remember... he is a god.
I'm not so sure, but maybe.
All
He is a
I'm
god.
saying is they set the tone early, and then, like you said, Hulk gets his ass beat to a point where he refuses to show his face for the entire rest of the movie.
Do you think that's really what it was, though?
He kept saying no. He kept saying
Well, yeah, but we don't
no.
know why he said no.
But you have to remember that based circumstantially on the way everything had been happening, after he fucks with, he's doing this and that, the rest of the time that he's fighting on Earth. And Hulk knows that Earth hates Hulk. So
Yeah,
he
but
doesn't.
that doesn't matter.
All right, well, look.
At that point, he was scared.
All right,
he was scared.
That to me, that to me is the counterpoint. But no, and you want to know what? You might be a little bit right about that. But my counterpoint to that is that the Hulk tends to care more about, like, the Hulk's been, had fights where he gets fucked up and it's close. But at the same time,
but Thanos starting off with 2 of the gems was on some cheat mode shit too.
Well, I mean, kind of,
because that's the thing. Anybody, the reason that they kind of kept it balanced with, okay, one person can hold 1 gem is because the minute somebody holds 2, they're automatically
unstoppable.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, in my opinion, the best move of action on the part of the Avengers, once it was clear Thanos was hunting for the other 4, and he already had 2. If you had 3, you should have given them all division.
Yep. That's true.
Well, you know what?
And been like, there you go. That's an even fight.
I don't think any of them would have.
I mean, here's the thing. This is my big problem. Is that, I mean, if we're going to talk about, what could have been, would have been, I mean, the reality is that, I mean, first of all, the Infinity War saga, much like the Civil War saga, much like even Age of Ultron and the original Avengers movie, let's be honest here. Contextually speaking, there's so much left out of that shit. It's insane. I mean, to the point where
no, they're spinning a new tale. Don't get it twisted. This was not intended to be a direct lift from the comic books. This is Kevin Feige fan fiction.
Yeah,
well, fair enough.
Feige is the king of
very
fan
well
fiction.
So far, so I'm good with him taking that realm.
I mean, this is my thing, because to me, I got to tell you, the way that it was done, the way that it was executed, I think that in the sense of all of the stakes that they've built over the last 18 movies, over the past $15 billion that they've made, I think that they really were trying to, like, first of all, I will always, until the end of time, I will always love a movie that is bold enough to go out on a downer ending. Because
yeah. We got Han Solo frozen in carbonite. Luke got one hand.
And that is why
Ben
most people
Kenobi
regard
and Yoda
Empire
are
Strikes
both
Back
dead.
as the seminal fucking movie of the series, including
and, like, for the closeout of this particular fucking
when it ended
of this story, it's fan-fucking-tastic. So,
bro, when it ended, I literally said out loud, "That's not the fucking end." And then boom, directed by the Russo brothers, my fucking brain exploded. Oh my god.
This kind of leads to my, all right, so he got sent back to Earth to warn what's left of the Avengers. But the thing is, Thor and the Hulk and them don't know about the events that
Avengers
took place in Civil War.
Yep.
Which I think was smart. And it lends itself to some comedy early on. Because as dark as this movie was, it was super fucking funny.
Oh, yeah.
No,
there was great one-liners in that movie all throughout.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I loved it when he called Ebony Moss Squidward. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, that was great. My favorite was...
The first interaction there is between Hulk and Doc Strange. Strange, even though he's a wielder of one of the Infinity Gems, has no idea who Thanos is. Neither do most of the heroes on Earth.
Right.
Okay? And once it's explained to them that he's been the guy behind this whole time, the initial invasion of Earth, the return of Loki, all that garbage, we get Thor getting picked up like a piece of Morty's space trash. All right? Which I was sure Thor was
going to happen, because that was like the first footage that they released years ago.
I was sure he was dead.
Nah, I knew he was going to be alive.
No, yeah. We knew Thor was still going to be out there.
So we get the Guardians back fairly quickly. All right?
Yep.
And then we get an attack on Earth. Like, scene 3. Like,
yeah,
scene
almost
3 is the first. Like, this movie, they were like, look, fam, you got 36 hours worth of setup. We aren't setting up dick. If you don't know who one of these people are, you're in the wrong film.
No, that's for sure, dude. Like, I mean, again, the fact that this, again, 18 fucking movies, not even necessarily counting the Edward Norton Hulk, fucking.
Yeah.
The idea that we've gone, because I'm going to tell you right now, the Marvel was going into this movie thinking, like you just said, if you don't know who somebody is, take out your fucking phone, find out. Mm-hmm. Like at this point, we have spent way too long building this story. I mean, let's be honest here. The very first Avengers, that was the ending scene. And for anybody that actually knew what was going on, we lost our fucking shit because we knew how nasty Thanos could be. And just wondering, what's that going to be? Who's going to be Thanos? What's it going to? And I got to be honest, I don't personally think anybody but Josh Brolin could be Thanos.
He's about to be the most famous motherfucker in the MCU because if he did 80% of the acting job that he did on Thanos on Cable, there's no way that they can replace him in either role. And either role going forward could be huge in the MCU, including holding down its own movie.
Yeah, I could do it. Absolutely.
I was waiting for that Deadpool crossover.
Well, let me ask you this. So I remember that he was in, because I remember these two characters being kind of interwoven a little bit. I remember Bishop was in one of the last X-Men movies, but is Bishop going to be in the Deadpool movie?
I don't think so. No, I don't. Because he's not part of X-Force.
There was a Bishop already.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. The Bishop when they were
when they were the ball on it. I like the Bishop character too, but
well, so here's the thing. I'm not going to be honest. I'm not going to lie. This is one thing that I just want to say real quick. I really hope, and I doubt this is going to happen, but I hope amongst hope that we can see something where like either the reality or the space gem cracks or something, and then the fucking Fantastic Four pop out.
All right, we're going to get to that too because
I'd be pretty stoked about
the reacquisition of certain properties. They can do whatever they want now, and I think Feige's about to blow his nut. Because they're literally, think about it, Black Panther, #1 grossing movie of the year until Avengers came out. Okay, now, Marvel's not going to directly benefit from this go-round of Deadpool, but they are going to directly benefit from the next go-round of Deadpool. So the fact
because it's Fox, baby.
The fact that you have Brolin, who literally is an icon now.
Yep.
I mean, dude, do you think that this movie could get Oscar consideration? Do you think this movie could get Oscar consideration? I think it's possible.
So
it is. I think it is possible.
And fucking, they're going to come out for him. Deadpool's going to make it 3 in a row superhero flicks this year that are going to be the highest grossing films ever.
Oh yeah, hands down.
I love. They know what the fuck they're doing. So Brolin's killing it. The 4, I guess you call them horsemen, the sons or whatever.
Yep.
His children there. That may have been the priest one, who was like even.
Oh yeah, the guy that goes up against Peter and Iron Man.
Oh yeah, which I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel like for as strong as he was, he kind of went out like a bitch.
Nah,
I'm not gonna
lie.
lie.
I loved the whole like element of him.
I loved how they did it.
Like,
that was my favorite one-liner in the movie.
Dude, in the beginning, granted, but in the very first fight scene, like, let's be honest, he was fucking handling everybody, and he was doing it in this super nonchalant way. Like, oh man, I was all about it.
All right, so we get our first attack, and it's this dude, this priest dude, and his boy, and they're like, even in death, you will serve Thanos, which is like my favorite dialogue in the movie, is that dude telling people how their lives are worthless, but at least in death they can serve Thanos and shit, right?
That is pretty tight.
And you get Spidey, and then you get his fat friend for a split second.
Dude, that was one of the funniest scenes. It's like, hey, Ned, create a diversion. We're all gonna die.
Cameo immediately.
Which he didn't have to act for that.
Which in its own right is a diversion, all right, for whatever reason. And we get Spidey, Iron Man with a new suit, The nano suit, the nanotech suit, which was fire. I didn't know what she was talking about he didn't need that on his chest. I didn't know what that was until it deployed.
Oh,
but that's where
yeah.
the suit is kept. The suit stays in that little box. So
Yep.
I didn't know that. Gwyneth
Well, yeah,
Paltrow,
because that's all like Wakanda tech. You notice that?
is washed, fam.
What now?
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yep.
She's washed, homie. You see that old lady on screen? Come on, man.
Her.
Like a 22-year-old Maxim cover girl for Pepper Potts. We don't need like literally. She's starting to look like Ellen DeGeneres. If she got a bowl cut, fam, she's looking washed, dog. She's been hanging out with Jay-Z too much or something. Her shit is washed.
Well, this is only her second appearance since.
I would have rather had him interact with Favreau in that scene and have a slightly homo moment than what the fuck went down with. We should have a baby. And then they're talking about Morgan Stark, who's actually supposed to be his cousin. They that was something that they name dropped in the movie that not a lot of people caught, was that when they were talking about having a baby, him and Pepper Potts, that they were going to name it Morgan. And Morgan Stark is like a character in the MCU who exists. I forget who the fuck he is.
I didn't know that.
He's like a schemester or something, almost like Luther in a way.
Oh, okay.
Kind of shit. All right, so we got our very simple Iron Man telling Spider-Man to be safe and stay here, and Spider-Man fucking
disobeys
very, very quickly ignores that, but receives a very dope suit upgrade in the form of his nano suit, and something we haven't seen before on film especially, but not much in the history of Spider-Man at all. But that motherfucker rocking 8 legs.
The 8-leg suit, that was dope.
Yo.
That was dope.
That's borderline cornball.
I don't know, man. I think that shit was well done.
But the way they did it was really good. That's what I was.
All right,
that's
enough.
what I want to say.
I could follow that. I could
have been corny, but the way they did it was very, very good.
I will tell you one thing, and I know that this is as far as the story, it's jumping ahead a little bit, but I was really impressed at how seamlessly and how correctly they were able to incorporate Wakanda and the realistically it was just Panther, Shuri, and Okoye, but fucking the way that they incorporated them so quickly. Oh yeah, I was stoked to see the Jabari. I was real stoked for that.
Dude, fucking everything with the Wakanda going into the MCU, and then everybody trying to come together in MCU. That was just dope scenes with the barricades and everything.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna win at least visual effects with this movie. I want to say.
I hope so, man. I really hope. Like I said, I really hope that this movie gets, because none of the MCU movies have gotten Oscar consideration. I don't even think any have been nominated yet. But
I think they've been nominated, but I don't think they've won.
Maybe I'll have to look into that. But I mean, here's the thing. To me, the real thing.
No, those are technical awards. I'm sure they've been nominated for technical awards, but it's real hard because basically what you're dealing with here is think about any major fantasy. Does it get nominated? It's not that like what
Lord of the Rings did.
What is it? What does it fit into? Category wise, it's not a drama. It's not comedy. Like Die Hard doesn't get. There's not an action category.
That's true.
Is there really? Oh wow. Well, I mean, you would figure that maybe. Well, no. Josh Brolin could definitely get a fucking Best Actor nomination at least. I mean,
I'm curious to see which role, though, if it would be Thanos or if it would be Cable, considering we haven't seen his Cable performance.
Well, look, here's the reason why I say Thanos is because
it might be both.
With Thanos, there's too much history behind it. This is some shit they've been building for what, like how many years now? It's insanity.
6 years. Since 2012. That was the first Avengers, so that was the first time we saw Thanos.
Yeah. 6 years, 18 movies. In 6 years, they almost made $20 billion off of these fucking movies. Like, I will say, fucking one of the things that if you're not paying attention, catch. I think it was kind of whack that you didn't get to see Hawkeye, Ant-Man, whatever. But they do mention that, like, they're on like house arrest or whatever.
Yeah, I think Hawkeye's in hiding for his family's sake after Age of Ultron.
Hawkeye's gonna show up in Ant-Man versus the Wasp as fucking the Wasp garbage man or some shit. Hawkeye's a worthless character. And we all saw what happens when you give him a storyline and it ends up at a farmhouse in Nebraska. Nobody wants that. Like, especially, think about this movie. How bad would it have been? Like, all of us, okay, we're on Titan and we're in nowhere and we're at the Forge. Wakanda. We're at the Forge and in Wakanda, and then all of a sudden it's, meanwhile, Nebraska. Back on the ranch, we got Hawkeye, the Wasp, and Ant-Man not doing nothing because they're on house arrest. Like, no, like, you take care of that shit with one line of dialogue.
As long as we're going to
keep it moving.
As long as we're going to bring up the Forge, which was pretty awesome. Well, so two things.
Best piece of casting in the movie.
The fact that they played fucking, you're going to make Peter Dinklage a giant dwarf, you fucking assholes.
I thought that was
funny. Somebody had a picture. Somebody had a picture of Game of Thrones in reverse, and it was like, spoiler without context. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, but the other thing that I wanted to say was that I really was, number one, impressed and very much enjoyed also the way that they were able to switch between what you would consider the Earthbound stories and then the Guardian story, which, I mean, let's be honest here. The Guardians...
Once you have the stones in play, there is no Earthbound story. There was no, Earthbound story. Well, no,
this is what I mean. When I say Earthbound story, I don't mean for Infinity War. What I mean is for all of the other movies that came before.
Yeah, that they can all exist in the same realm. Yeah, they all exist under
Guardians
the same
was the only one. Guardians was the only one that ever was. I mean, well, no, Guardians and Thor. But
Teenage Groot. Speaking of Guardians, Teenage Groot, fan fucking tastic.
Teenage Groot for the fucking win, bro. Are you kidding me?
Batista out there stealing scenes. Like, who the fuck he is? The Rock. Like,
dude,
no, killing it, right?
He has dude. I'm sorry.
Think Batista was better than Star-Lord's character in this one. I think Star-Lord's character was like, okay, we know what his character is, and they just
Star-Lord fucked up. That's why.
He ruined everything. He's such an asshole. Like, he literally couldn't have waited until they got the gauntlet off to beat him in the face. You stupid dick.
He killed his girlfriend. He killed his green lady.
But if you think about it this way,
and speak like that shit, I'm not.
I
didn't see Guardians. I didn't see Guardians 1 or Guardians 2. I got no tie to Gamora at all. But those Gamora little girl scenes were enough to make me sad when she got thrown off that fucking cliff.
Yep.
Dude, are you kidding me? No, number one. You
didn't have to have any tie to that character before that movie, and they fucking made
you feel it.
Well, number one, that serves the potency of the story. But number two, if we are going to talk about the moment when Thanos retrieves the Soul Stone from Vormir, then we have to talk about Red fucking Skull.
I'm not buying it, because if you get it, why would you even? Okay. Then we seen him. It's a cool Easter egg, but that's it. Because there will be no Cap.
I don't know.
Phase 4 does not include Captain America, so there's no reason to integrate what I think is one of the most boring fucking villains in that whole universe, Red Skull.
Oh, wow. I, first of all, could not possibly disagree more about that.
There was a reason he was first. I'll put it that way.
Second of all, what I have to say is that, first of all, they make it very clear. He says, and I am stuck here with, awaiting a prize I could never take.
Yeah, but my thing is, a lot of people said they're going to integrate him now that he can return since the stone's been taken. He's no longer a Stonekeeper.
Well, yeah, but here's the whole thing. I don't think that he's going to. Well, and here's the thing. Let's be honest. If he does, I don't know if MODOK is that guy or what it is, but the fucking the doctor that turns into the computer from the second Captain America movie, doesn't he end up getting installed into some robot into his stomach?
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing. But look, whatever. Captain America, like you said, is not going to be part of it. It's more than likely that what's going to end up happening is in the next movie that fucking a lot of these people are going to like. I mean, either way,
they ruined
Captain America's going to end up dying.
They ruined Captain America's whole universe. This is the way to get rid of Cap's whole universe and not have to worry about it. Because now, what do you got? You got War Machine, who's like a disgruntled fucking amputee veteran. Like, that's his fucking character. Okay? Yep. You've got Falcon, or whoever the fuck it is. What's his name?
Falcon.
Yes, Falcon.
Very underdeveloped fucking character all around. All right? You got Bucky. Yeah. You got Bucky, who, if they would have just said, fuck it, he's not in this movie, I would have been happy. When I seen him, I was like, what? And then you got, like, the one gag about the arm.
That was pretty fucking funny.
You know what I mean? Like, you get the one gag about the arm. But to me, Bucky's a shit character. I never liked the whole bromance angle between those two heads.
I think it has more to do. Well, yeah, but it has more to do with the fact that Bucky was extremely important to the wedge that was driven into the Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
one way or another, he had to be there.
Yeah, they used him as something else, but there could have been something else. But all right, so we get Bucky back because apparently he's been fucking working the compost pile in Wakanda, a la John Rambo. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his PTSD treatments, helping fucking blind kids, teaching lepers how to read and shit in Wakanda. All right, he joined the fucking Peace Corps after Avengers Civil War, I guess. And he rocking one arm. Doing it rocking one arm.
I'm gonna tell you
but he's got a fucking Wakanda arm now. So he's fucking...
But I'm gonna say this. Quite frankly, if you're gonna tell me that, Bucky was pointless, then you may as well say that Shuri and Okoye were pointless too, because, Okoye didn't really need to be there. She's just another she's not a superhuman. She's just really strong and she knows how to fight. And then...
No, but that's by putting it in Wakanda, and especially with the success of Black Panther, I guarantee there was a lot more Wakanda than I think initially may have been in that movie. Because there was a lot of stuff that went on in Wakanda and, like, conversationally between characters that could have happened somewhere else between two other characters, and it would not have made a difference. So I think, that battle was always due to go down in Wakanda. But who knows about any of the other stuff. So you got Wakanda, the reintroduction of Black Panther, no direct Killmonger. What else we got going on? Fucking.
So let's be real here, though, because if we're gonna talk about, like, are we gonna keep talking about, like, what happens in the story, or are we just breaking down? Because I'm gonna tell you right now,
like, what happens in the story, like. At that point,
they're trying to take the soul.
Thor. I have a problem with.
So hold on. As long as we're discussing,
one going with Thor.
What now?
I had maybe I don't know the team dynamic of the Guardians of the Galaxy, but it seemed to me that Thor saying, "Hey, you should come with me so I can get this axe," and Rocket Raccoon fucking jumping right on the opportunity was
that's all. No, dude. Because again, you said you haven't seen the Guardians.
Yeah,
movies,
I don't
right?
know what the team dynamic is, so maybe that is his character.
Well, I can break it down for you very quickly. The first movie, they all meet each other by happenstance. They become a team at the very basically halfway, maybe at the very end of the movie. Even they become an actual team, and then after that, in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, there is in the middle of the movie, they split up to go do different shit. Star-Lord goes to go see Ego, and then fucking Rocket's
more of an Avengers thing where you have different things going on, but
they're doing
so they leave the Forge scene, which was fantastic. Stormbreaker. I liked the integration of Groot's arm.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. That was so dope. So close.
That was pretty fucking dope. And then he got the 5 stone. He moved through the stones quickly. It seemed.
Yeah, he got. Well, you got to think this is probably leading all the way up to when he has all 5. He'll have all 5 stones in the next movie, obviously. So they wanted
He's got
they need to give enough space between each stone so it wasn't going through like one right after the other.
Then you get a lot of what I'll call, there are a few scenes in there, they're expository in nature, they're real narrative in nature, and you need them. But it seemed like Castaway, almost. And it's Tony Stark and Doctor Strange on Titan, or wherever they were.
Yeah, Titan.
And Strange doing his thing. And they've given it away. I mean, anybody who saw the movie, they gave it away. He said, I looked at whatever it was, 14 million possible futures.
Outcomes.
And there was only one where we win. And then he ended up giving Homeboy the stone. So he must have known, like, that was something that had to happen.
That's what I'm figuring out. Is like when he saw that future, he probably saw himself giving Thanos the Time Stone, so he knew he had to do it in order to be able to save people.
Well, you have to figure, because the Time Stone and the Soul Stone exist, like, I'm going to be honest, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and Black Panther 2 have already been announced. So that means that these characters have to come back. Like Gamora, I'm pretty sure that Gamora is on the cast list for the next Guardians movie. I mean,
and the fact next Guardians movie must take place after
it. Yeah, Infinity. It does. It does.
Because the next movie, the next two major ones we're getting, Ant-Man and Wasp, take place before.
And then Captain Marvel.
Yep.
What is everybody's big fucking hard on about her? I don't get it. My friend's been telling me. My friend's been telling me that
she's finally going to be Marvel's cinematic answer directly to Superman. Directly to Superman. There's not good. You're gonna look at the character, and what they're trying to do is cash in on the Wonder Woman thing, and the fact that Marvel has never cinematically had a defined unbeatable. Like Superman's always existed, and Superman's like the unbeatable. Marvel never really had a hero that was unbeatable. Everybody got beat.
Well, but why
Everybody got beat. Name one hero you can think of that just hasn't been beat.
In what, DC or Marvel?
In Marvel. Because, I mean, even Superman's been beat.
Yeah. But Superman's been beaten. Thanos has been beat.
Very rarely.
Dark
and the idea behind the original character was that he couldn't be beat. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the indestructible man, except Marvel's making it an indestructible woman. Kevin Feige has said she's the most powerful person in the cinematic universe.
Yep.
That was his decision. Kevin Feige fan club, fan fiction man, who's killing the game.
Well, I'm very curious to see how Brie Larson does with the role. I mean,
well, she's super. She's fan-fucking-tastic, man. So, and like they're gonna have Nick Fury with 2 eyes. So hopefully we get to see how he loses his eye. Speaking of which, I love the way they just gave Thor his eye back.
Yeah, fucking Rocket Raccoon having an eye in his.
Yo, we ran out of eye patch money. Here, write a couple of lines of dialogue. Okay, like the second most expensive movie of all times, and they just.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just didn't want to wear a fucking eye patch.
Yo, I'm having depth perception issues. Can we rectify that, Kevin Feige? Please.
I mean, yo, I'm gonna tell you like this though. Like, I think that the way that whatever it is that they do, I think that what comes after. I've heard that the next movie is going to be called Infinity Gauntlet.
No.
No, that's actually got squashed the other day.
It's Endgame.
Yeah.
Avengers
there isn't an
Endgame.
actual title yet, but it is an Infinity Gauntlet.
In any case,
because Doc Strange said it. We have entered the Endgame.
Yep.
Now, I got to ruin it fully for everybody. He gets the gauntlet, snaps his fingers, gets his fucking final reward.
Oh, man, that was heavy. He said, you should have aimed for the head.
So, who's gone? Spidey. Which I'm hearing.
Hold on, I got the list right here.
Spider-Man, he improvised that whole death scene
Oh wow.
Get out of here.
Oh,
That kid
man.
Tom
Oh.
Holland.
That's what I'm saying,
That
dude.
whole shit.
Oh, insane.
Gamora gone, but presumably she's in the
Return.
stone because
Exactly.
somebody said something about him visiting her as a kid was them in the stone together. Similar to
that
like
would
the
make
Harry
sense.
Potter Dumbledore thing of them being in the cauldron together even after Dumbledore was dead.
Yep.
Right.
Like, so maybe she's in that stone.
That's what I think.
Which would make sense.
Either that or the Soul Stone can bring people back from the dead.
Now,
That
how
could be-
about this? Okay, so
Or you could just rewind time with the time stone.
Yeah.
now
Yep.
he never said he was killing people. This is where everybody died. Everybody's saying
Yeah.
everybody died. Nobody died.
He erased them from existence.
So do you think it's possible that all those people exist in one of those stones?
I mean, I don't think that it's so much.
So like
they
the next
exist
one's
in
gonna
the-
start with them all in like limbo. All the ones that we think are dead, are they all there, but they're just in like a limbo place, which is what happened in the books. When Reed Richards and them, when fucking Thanos beat them and destroyed the fucking everything the first time, Reed was like in some weird multiverse that wasn't anything. And that's where he met the other Reeds, who some of them had gotten the Infinity Gauntlet from Thanos, and they helped him.
Yep.
So,
That's always been an interesting thing that I've loved about Marvel is that they always explored the multiverse theory.
I didn't realize how badly they ripped off Rick and Morty until I found out about this like, council.
Ripped off Rick and Morty. What do you mean ripped the fucking the Infinity Gauntlet story?
I
Is
know. I'm
fucking
just
90s.
talking mad shit.
You son of a fuck. But well, no, I mean, you want to know what? To me, I think that like frankly, this is why this movie is so amazing. Because let's keep in mind, everybody knew to a certain extent what was going to go down. Like for me, I knew he was
going to get death.
I knew he was getting the stones. It was going down. The question was, how was it going to pan out? And I mean, to me, like, let's be honest, Vision, I'm pretty sure Vision is just gone.
Yo,
I don't think
like
he's coming
that
back.
character. And he's a bad guy in Star Trek now, too.
Oh, the actor? You mean?
Yeah.
Paul, I don't know. It's really funny. He was doing the voice for Jarvis. He was never actually like intended to be one of those kinds of characters.
Yeah,
Vision was always kind of like that, so it's like whatever. But it's like he was never meant to be like this movie. Vision saved Paul Bettany's career. I read something about that a while ago. That he was basically just sitting around bored, waiting for a call, and then he got it for Jarvis, and then Jarvis evolved into Vision. So.
So
They gave it to him.
I don't like Scarlet Witch. Get rid of that
Yeah.
bitch.
Here's the thing. I was told, I remember reading that the Scarlet Witch was supposed to be when she was fully unlocked, was the strongest character in the MCU.
Nah,
but let's
because
also
besides, you have to have the thing is,
Okay,
I
go
know
ahead.
why they're making it a woman. It's because Phoenix never panned out the way it should have.
you want to know what they're doing that again though.
Yeah, they are doing
They
it.
can't redo the Phoenix. They already fucked it up real bad.
But no, what have you not heard?
And you
They're
have to
going-
find.
that's-
You can't do that to an actor. Who's gonna play Cyclops?
Uh,
I
the-
would never. I would
Whoever-
never.
Dude,
Hey, I got an idea
whoever
for
the
you.
whoever the guy who played him in the last like Days of Future, the one where Sophie Turner, the one where
Terrible.
hey, call it what you want to call
The
it.
character of Cyclops to me is terrible anyway, especially in that particular fucking storyline. Because what you have there is a dude, and it's like dude's fiance died. Okay. Then that bitch came back. But she came back evil, dog. So you had to kill her. And then she came back again. And this time she wasn't evil, but you thought she was. So you have to kill her again. And then after you killed her, you found out she wasn't evil that time. Like, that poor motherfucker, they make him the most beat-up, emotional character in the entire Marvel Universe during the course of the
I'm sure
fucking
that could be
Phoenix
debated.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright, so-
look,
saga. You got Nick Fury and the chick from How You Met Your Grandmother, another chick who used to be Fly and is wash as fuck now.
Maria Hill.
All right. They both disappear, all right?
Yep.
But not before Sammy L gets on his sidekick and sends
pages Captain Marvel.
Pages Captain Marvel. So the fact that it's like a sidekick makes sense given the fact that her movie takes place in the 90s. And the big questions about that are, okay, if she's like the atom bomb option to Nick Fury, and we know she's been around since at least the 90s, where has she been? And this
she's been on the world. She's been in the Nova Corps. What are you kidding me?
But that lends to my idea that of the Superman setup. Because what did Superman do? Superman was on Earth, got into a huge fight, which I'm sure we're going to see in Captain Marvel, and then after that decided to go explore where Krypton may have been.
Yep.
So with her being half Kree, she may have went to her home world, and that's where she's been for 20-something years.
You want to know what else? It's also possible because, first of all, everybody needs to remember that based on the fact that the movie begins with Thanos having the Power Stone, that means that they wiped out the Nova Corps on Xandar. So,
yeah,
I mean, at that point, if the Nova Corps is wiped out and Captain Marvel was out there in space, where the fuck was she?
But it also what we may be dealing with, and these may be advanced spoilers, is
dealing with the Kree and the Kree and the other two.
Well, what may happen in Captain Marvel 2, which may explain her absence in the Phase 1 through 3 Marvel Cinematic Universe, is whatever happens in the 90s, Nick Fury's assigned to whatever by the government, and the decision is made, you can't stay here. You're far too powerful. If you stay here, we have to try to kill you because you can't be here. So we might be dealing with, like, maybe that was his private ace in the hole. The fact that we've never seen a fucking SHIELD file. There is another organization that predates SHIELD that I guess Nick Fury's... What is it?
Sword.
So that might be... She might be the leftovers from that. Surprises in the movie I was surprised we didn't get no Deadpool reference at all.
Yeah, I think they're waiting for the Avengers 4 to possibly do that because this movie will be
I'll be right back, guys. I gotta use the bathroom.
This one will be all for the Fox because Fox made it. This movie got made before they purchased it.
But let's keep in mind though that first of all, if they bring in Deadpool, they're gonna have to bring in the X-Men. So there's that.
No, there's that. True. Well, I mean, I think they want to reboot the X-Men anyway, so that they can involve them into the MCU. Because with the X-Men involved, you have way more storylines you can do.
Oh yeah. Well, no, same thing with dude. If they're gonna do that, then they fucking better do the Fantastic Four because the Fantastic Four fucking deserves it. They're such a huge part of the universe that never gets to be brought in. Like,
think about this. They get the X-Men into the MCU. Do you think we'll ever get Marvel Zombies? Remember the comic stream of Marvel Zombies?
I think that's a little obscure. I mean, you want to know what? I'm going to be honest. The main thing that I hope for after Phase 4, frankly, is Secret Wars. Because
that would be a good one too.
Secret Wars is the kind of thing where it throws everything for a fucking loop. At this point, consider this. For the last 6 years, ever since, Iron Man and that starts to get really popular and Marvel movies start to be this amazing thing, and they've never struck out. Think about it. After this long, and we're dealing with these very established characters, which even for a lot of them in the comic series, they were the same people for the longest time. Like Tony, like Iron Man at this day and age, at this current stage in the Marvel actual Iron Man saga, I don't think that's Tony Stark anymore. Thor is not Thor anymore.
Thor is not Thor anymore.
Captain America is not Captain America anymore. Yep. So Captain America is not Steve Rogers. The point is that with doing, if you're gonna flip shit around anyway, I think doing it in this way where it's like, oh, we're all in this weird battle world universe where that's where Venom comes from technically.
Yep.
In all this different.
Now I understand why. You saw the first Venom trailer that they dropped, right?
I don't give a fuck when anybody says. I'm so excited for it.
Oh no, I'm excited for it. It looks great, but what I was getting at is like that first trailer we got, it didn't show Venom at all. It didn't show anything like that, and then the second one leaked, and we see Venom and whatnot. Now we kind of understand why they didn't want to show too much of, Venom, because Peter Parker vanishes along with 10 other people in the MCU, so they didn't want to show him being in the movie because he is confirmed to be in Venom.
Well, I mean,
yeah, but being in Venom doesn't mean that he's the part of the storyline he's supposed to be.
Yeah, not to mention
that it's probably going to take place in between Homecoming and Infinity War.
Which, I mean, timeline-wise, you have to figure that with Spider-Man and with all them, that, I mean, Ant-Man and the Wasp, that movie is going to have to take place before fucking, because it's going to...
well, it does, it does.
Now, I think it takes place after.
I have questions. I have questions. I have what
if
ifs.
it takes place after, are they going to address the fact that 50% of humanity doesn't fucking exist?
Well, no, that's why it happens before, and we know it happens before.
That's
but,
what I'm saying.
So,
okay.
On the tip of what ifs for the next movie.
Yep.
I'm going to give you some names of some characters that we don't know if they're there or not. Characters that could affect the actions of characters we know to be there. All right, given what happened between Tony and Pepper, Pepper's gone.
Yeah, we have to figure that right now because, like, he's on Titan still. He's still on Titan.
Paltrow sucks.
So... Aunt May.
Yep, Peter. Oh, well, she may have vanished too.
That's what I mean. Do you think they vanished? Because those. Well, I mean, Peter's not around anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, she wasn't even in that movie, so why would they even bother? Say, like, what are they gonna like pan to her house and show a picture of her?
Marissa Tomei, fam. You squeeze Marissa Tomei in your movie any way you can squeeze it.
Yeah, well, fair enough, but
true.
Trust me, if they got that washed old white lady Gwyneth Paltrow up there mayonnaising up the screen.
Fair enough.
Straight the fuck up. Overall, was there anything you really didn't like? I know Justin had some problems with who died.
I just want to see the X-Men and the
it's only because the problems I have is because they all have movies coming out, but obviously those movies aren't going to be made until after Avengers 4. So,
yeah, but that's a cool thing because to me, that means that we get to spend all this time. Think about it. Tell me that this right now, what happened to Black Panther? Tell me that is not what the fuck happened to Jon Snow 100 times harder.
Yeah, exactly.
People are going to be asking each other for years until it happens, or however long it is. They're going to be like, "Oh, what do you think? How are they going to come back? What's going to happen? How are they going to do it? Or is anybody going to come back for real?"
When's the release date for Avengers 4, which I heard is called Endgame?
It is May 4th, 2019.
Oh, so we got like a year?
Yeah, we have 1 year.
So when's Captain Marvel dropping?
In March of 2019.
Damn. Okay. So they're giving no kind of... They're going to...
Oh, yeah, no wiggle room. Dude, like you said at the very beginning of the movie, if you don't know what the fuck is going on, read something on the internet.
Well, no, what I mean is, so you're going to get the Captain Marvel origin story, and then, boom, 25 years.
Yeah.
And dude, she's going to show up in Avengers 4,
let me tell you like this.
And it's going to answer immediately a lot of questions, which is what I mean. That's a little strange.
No, listen, if you think, just to be clear, if you think that the Captain Marvel end credit scene is not going to be Captain Marvel answering that fucking beeper, then you're crazy. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
No way. I'm thinking the Captain Marvel movie. All right, so maybe the after credit scene will be. And then maybe the after credit scene will be. But I think the movie's going to end with her leaving.
No, because really think about it like this. Especially,
the movie's going to end with her leaving.
No, listen, I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Because think about it. If what you're saying is true, is that she is meant to be the Superman and she is meant to be this be-all, end-all powerful character in the way that Marvel has made its movies in the past historically, I believe that they would not taint is the wrong word, but I do not believe that they would muddy the story of the actual Captain Marvel origin with Infinity War shit without in the actual I think it makes way more sense to like, oh, we know Captain Marvel is coming, but then we're going to see who she is, what she does, everything about her, and then at the very end people are going to be like, oh wait, isn't Infinity War coming? And then a fucking end credit scene like, oh, remember there was that pager? Look, they're either going to have to directly like immediately state, because think about it, people are going to go into people are going to go into Captain Marvel thinking Infinity War. So, I mean, at that point, you got to figure that.
You know what? I think, given what's happened and given post-credit history, what we're going to have after Ant-Man and the Wasp is some sort of direct reference to her, more than likely. Given that the program that they fall under, government-wise, would be whatever she fell under 20-something years ago.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, as from what I had heard, what somebody had mentioned to me, I would have to verify.
And then we're probably going to have Guardians at the end of Guardians 3 bumping into her.
Guardians is, I don't think, until 2020.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Guardians isn't happening until after.
I thought there was a Guardians coming before that.
No, not till 2020. I don't think.
Because that would be another opportunity. So what's coming between? Ant-Man, Wasp, Captain Marvel. What else?
They were talking about
unless you want to count Venom.
They were talking about Sylvester Stallone and then maybe getting a Ravagers movie, but I mean, who knows?
I don't know. As far as auxiliary characters go.
No, fair enough. I mean, it would be a long shot, but I mean, a lot of people thought that Guardians was a long shot, so.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Can we like, I respectfully, as much as I love Marvel, $15.4 billion later, I want to see you fuck up at least once.
They did.
They did when they casted Edward Norton as the Hulk.
No, some of those movies, they had a lot of false starts.
Originally, that was supposed to be Mark Ruffalo.
They had a lot of false starts, and they very easily could have became DC.
Well, yeah, but they didn't. Not even close. That's the point. Like, at this point, I want to see them fuck up.
Because you got one guy dictating the overall sweeping storyline, Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige is the new
Let me pose this question to both of you. Let me ask you both this question. We've talked about this at my job a few times. Say Disney wants to buy DC. Where do you sit with that?
No.
With the success of Marvel.
No, and it would make a difference. I don't want to see a fucking DC Marvel crossover movie.
Yeah, no. At this point, you have to make DC cinematically its own thing, and that's what they're trying to find is what works for them. You know what I mean? Like Avengers, even though it was a dark movie, was not Justice League.
How long do we wait until it can actually get it to work? I mean, I thought Justice League was good, but apparently a lot of people didn't.
Not for nothing, but like the DC universe, its biggest success thus far has been
Batman,
Wonder Woman.
Well, no, it's
Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, in the DCEU,
that's what they're banking on for Captain Marvel. Think about Black Panther with a vagina. I'm sure they're scrambling to get Captain Marvel a black fucking girl fucking sidekick. I bet you they were scrambling.
Well, no, dude. Well, no, bro, that's not going to be hard because the Kree kind of have a like African.
And I guarantee she's going to have some sort of dealings with early Wakanda and perhaps a baby T'Challa. You feel me?
It's possible.
Like, they're going to do anything they can to fit her into this.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Realistically speaking, I mean, let's be honest. Number one, the fucking narrative from the comics is so far off that it doesn't even matter. Like, why bother discussing it? So at this point, if Captain Marvel is going to be that character, because of who she is, if her character existed from back then and it is that way, then yeah, you can fit her into anything. Because I mean, you can get any fucking young black kid to play a young T'Challa, and they got that one dude that played T'Chaka. So I mean, you could get fucking Forrest Whitaker back if you need to. He's not too busy. Fucking like, I'm saying it's not that hard because you have to figure with the Marvel universe. Let's remember, Black Panther turned into a fucking race movement. Not because the movie was so amazing, not because it had anything to do with fucking Africa, but because Marvel movies are the hottest thing running on the planet, and at that moment, it was about.
They did that right. There was nothing exploitive.
It was perfect.
They could have easily have been like protests, like you know what I mean? Like that's a very thin line. You're trying to theatricalize African culture, and there's a thin line between what we got in fucking Black Panther and she's my queen to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a thin line, homie. And one of those is really bad nowadays.
When you got Lupita Nyong'o, like, she's an amazing actress, in my opinion. Like, when you got these people in these, like, when you got people that are, like, legit actors, like, I have to, you know what? I'm going to go check the Infinity War cast list, or if either of you are near it, if you could check for me. If you're saying that you were thinking that might not be Red Skull, I'm pretty sure they got Hugo Weaving for this.
It's Red Skull. Yeah, no, I'm not saying I don't think that's Red Skull. I don't think that it marks the return of the Red Skull as any kind of major piece in this.
Well, here's the thing. It depends on, and I don't think that I absolutely agree with that. But what I would say as a counterpoint, if anything, is, I mean, at that point, because Nick Fury obviously still being a character, because I think a lot of people might forget, Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson took some interviews and he's like, yeah, they haven't called me yet. I kind of hope they do, but they haven't.
No, because that's the thing. No. I bet you he filmed a bunch of stuff.
I mean, that's possible.
There could be a lot of, like, we're going to shoot this, and it's in this movie. Because they were always going to do the whole Avengers saga as one thing. So they might have filmed other shit, not used it in this one, and are going to use it whenever.
Right. Well, and you know, this just popped into my head. I don't know why, but one thing to bear in mind, I suppose, about the ending of the movie and what they're going to do for it, I think that like a different like universe or reality or whatever would be difficult to like. So is everybody just going to like poof back into where they were? Like some people, you know, you can't. No,
it's going to be time stone manipulation. This whole thing, they're going to. Yeah, that's what I think it's going to be time stone manipulation.
That's probably what's going to happen. That's I
can definitely see. Easiest fucking way.
Well, yeah, but here's the problem though. At that point, then you could bring back every fucking buddy. At which point,
at that point, Captain Marvel takes the Infinity Gauntlet to deep space.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that it's possible that Captain Marvel is going to be the one that has the power to wield the gauntlet.
Now, is she... Now, okay, so Captain Marvel wasn't in the comic books the most powerful whatever.
No, dude, are you kidding me? Not even close. Okay, not even remotely close.
She was like one of only 6 that wielded Captain Universe powers. So... Okay. Does she come back? Is that where we're going? Maybe the first movie, we're seeing her. She's got some powers or whatever, but it ain't a big deal, you know, in comparison to what we're talking about. And then she goes to deep space and acquires Captain Universe powers, and that's
when she's coming back. Now,
but I mean, that's because maybe
that would make sense. That's starting a fight with 5 Infinity Stones.
If she's already powerful enough to fucking, if she's already powerful enough to fucking wield the gauntlet with the stones in it, what more power does she actually need? Technically,
but what I'm saying is, I don't think she can wield the gauntlet.
That's what they're saying, man. If that's how strong she is, if she's supposed to be,
that's what I mean. Like with the Captain Universe powers, she could wield the gauntlet.
Yeah, she should be able to.
Because then you get the prospect of Spider-Man with. Which I love. That was one of my favorite storylines. Was the Captain Universe Spider-Man.
Oh, see, I never read that one.
Oh, he beat the 3-headed Sentinel. It was the only way he beat the 3-headed Sentinel was because of the Captain Universe powers. But all right, I was spoiler control. They did a good job. For the most part.
Yeah, apparently Mark Ruffalo made a joke and nobody knows.
They didn't. One of the ways they did it though was by planting phonies. I was disappointed that we didn't get Hulk breaking through out of the Hulkbuster armor because of that
That would have been
pop.
great.
They got this pop. That's the Hulk, the Green Hulk, popping out of the Hulkbuster armor. They marked it as a spoiler pop. But then it never happened in the movie.
Oh, dude, you want to know why they did
that
that? I'll tell you,
really was
dude. I'll tell you that's
now
exactly
you're
why they
planting
did that.
fakes. You're planting fakes,
They did
knowing
that.
where we're gonna look.
Well, no, but they did that specifically because Mark Ruffalo made the joke in the interview where what happens at the end? Oh, everybody dies. And then Don Cheadle looks over at him like, dude, and he looked over at him and he said, dude. So then it's like they both know, like, bro, you ain't supposed to say that shit. And then they made a joke about it. So then obviously they're going to use the Hulk, who is a fan favorite character, and do something that's going to make it look like. Because here's the thing: in a lot of the fucking promo pictures, you saw the Hulkbuster armor running around. So we were like, oh, what's that all about?
Yeah.
So
but we didn't know who was in it. That effect was shitty.
They're trying to, like you said, they're trying to distract.
Was terrible. Of all the effects in the movie, the only one that stood out to me as being terrible, and maybe it's because I saw it in 3D, was we're going to 3/4 cut Mark Ruffalo and glue him in the fucking Hulkbuster armor. So as he's moving around, his body's not moving around in that armor at all when it's showing him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it works when he's the.
Oh, but
the suit.
But you have to remember though, that's how they shoot all of the fucking Robert Downey Jr. Tony Stark shit.
I know,
like,
but that looks better because it's just his head. They tried to go nipples up on Mark Ruffalo, and the shit didn't work.
I think they were trying to make it look bigger because it was the Hulk, like being inside the Hulk.
He should have been moving around within the effect, and instead of it, it's like they glued him on there, and he didn't move. Like, if the suit went this way, your body wouldn't go with the suit that way. Your body would go this way and then go. You know what I mean? There was none of that. And it was real noticeable to me because the rest of the effects in that movie, especially that Thanos effect, was that even him? Was he wearing a rig, or was he just a voiceover later in a fucking facial?
Oh no, I guarantee you, knowing Josh Brolin the way he is, if they did it anything like Guardians, they probably had him like in the green screen, whatever, but probably had something maybe that he was wearing so that it would show how tall he was supposed to be.
You know what? I saw a picture like that. Hold on, I want to look that up. I saw a picture, and I don't know if it was him.
Yeah, because Thanos looks like 100% CG'd, obviously.
Yeah, but they could easily take him out. But I want to know if he was the one. The thing. Yeah, here we go. I got these photos. Let me see.
Oh. I'll tell you this. I thought that fucking.
Oh no!
Considering how
he did it. It's even more impressive when you consider the fact that actor Josh Brolin had to act like a giant alien overlord while wearing a onesie with a high-tech helmet on his head.
That's interesting. That's pretty interesting.
The rest of this, yeah. Oh, yeah. So
I told you.
So he's in every scene. Like, the scene that they're showing in this picture is obviously the final fight scene. No, I'm sorry. The beginning when he's got Thor's head. And he's wearing the onesie with all the spots on it for the tracking. He's wearing like a voice capture thing and a face capture device. And then Thanos' head is on a thing way above his own.
I fucking love it. Josh Brolin is a master,
man. This dude.
Josh Brolin is the fucking man, dude. Have you seen Old Boy? Like, he's really, really good.
And I love that the fact that they're referencing all of his movies in Deadpool now because, like, he's like, makes a Thanos reference, makes the Goonies reference. They're blowing him up to be the next biggest actor of all time.
Well, not because you want to know what? Have you noticed that the fucking comic movies have the power to do that? Robert Downey Jr. became arguably the largest fucking movie star in the world back in 2012. So, I mean, fucking Marvel movie, Chadwick Boseman, fucking Black Panther. Are you kidding me? Michael B. Jordan?
He's dry.
Well, fair enough. But Michael B. Jordan's not, and Michael B. Jordan is getting plenty of shit too. Killing shit.
Dude. That kid's getting big fucking roles.
Well, not to mention, you want to know why else? The internet loves him because he loves anime.
Oh, that's funny.
So me and Justin
Well, no,
are going to
dude,
go through
no, dude.
this all.
Next time you watch Black Panther, look at Killmonger's armor. It looks like Vegeta's shit.
So me and
That's right.
Justin are going to go through this again as part of our normal, for our consideration broadcast this week, for fucking sure.
Yep.
Max, I know you revving up for these tech shows, revving up for
Yeah,
UPStival.
Oh wait, hold on. You mean
Tell the heads what's good.
Well, so we got.
We're going to UPStival together.
Nice.
Well, yeah. So, well, as long as we're here and we can discuss it. Well, so this is for where is it?
June 1, Boston House of Blues. It's
Yeah,
not a
that's House of
game day, so don't worry about it. There's no baseball game that day. Unlike the day of the Flatbush Zombies show, where the Flatbush Zombies are playing the House of Blues during a fucking Red Sox game.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's going to be...
I don't
That's
even think
gonna
I
be
want to
insanity.
go. I don't even think if I can get what I need to get to go up there as far as like list spots. It's already sold out.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm hearing
the
your
price of
show
tickets,
with Tech has less than 50 tickets left.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
That's what I heard. So, yeah. So, where else?
Well,
they
but
catch
so
you?
UPStival, bro, that is going to be. This is essentially the plan because they're doing it like all day type, and I don't want to miss homies like Hatred, Super Fun Time guys.
No, go early.
So-
I'm all about it.
Well, so this is the idea because fucking we are going to. I'm not going to be having to drop anybody off. We're going to be able to just leave straight from here. So the idea is going to be leaving like essentially like Friday at midnight or like 1 or whatever, so that we get there by about 8, 9. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
about that life.
What time did we leave when we went to fucking
8 o'clock in the morning. No, it was like 4 in the morning. No.
Yes, it was early. It was like really early.
Yeah, and then we had a detour and shit. Me and him drove
Yeah.
all the way to Lancaster through Red Hook
Yep.
and then home in the same day.
Oh, no doubt.
And that's further
I've
than
done runs like
UPStival.
that. I've seen it. I've seen and done it.
Fucking.
That was
Trooping
that was a legit like 24-hour round trip.
That was when fucking Paul and Jamie and fucking Dustin
Yep.
drove the. This is great.
Drove to New York to get
We're in
food.
Red Hook, or no, we had already left Red Hook, which means we were more than halfway to Lancaster, past New York City, and
Right.
we get a text about going back to New York City to pick up weed, and we're like, nah, because we'll never get back. And then we get a text saying, never mind, we're just gonna go ourselves.
And they
These
literally
dudes
drove.
like 7 hours round trip for a bag of weed.
Wow.
Yep.
Showed up like 30 minutes,
Like
20
minutes
their
before
set.
they were supposed to be on stage.
Wow. Well, I mean, I've been there. If I thought that I would. Well, here's the other thing. When it comes to a show, like if we're talking about Twisted here, motherfuckers are gonna wait until they take stage. So I mean, you know,
Well,
they
yeah,
kind
no,
of know that.
And it was just
I think they
hysterical
kind of
because
know
I
that.
asked I asked Paul if the weed was worth the drive. He was like, no.
Whack.
But
Whack.
all right, well, yeah, no, we did about an hour. I'm happy with this
Oh, yeah.
discussion.
Oh yeah. Good
Say
times.
goodbye to the heads. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Hopefully, get some of this Fortnite season 4 going. If my old lady,
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Okay.
on there if you want to.
probably not, maybe not. If I might just watch. I got YouTube to catch up on.
All right.
I hate
Hey,
that shit.
what was,
Oh,
real quick, what was the name of that fucking those short movies that you showed me that one time?
Oats Studios. There's a bunch of new ones up there
Oh,
too.
yeah.
All right.
Tomorrow's topic. I'm pretty much doing this exclusively tomorrow night. Kanye West and what we're seeing right now is them trying to sell us that new 2018 MK Ultra model.
Poopity doopy.
And they trying real hard. No, today, did you not see what happened today?
No, I didn't.
Kanye went into the TMZ office, like unannounced, just
The
showed
fuck?
up and was like, "Oh, you guys are getting ready to do your live show? I'll be on your live show." And then he's talking about 400 years of slavery, and he's like, "Oh, you do something to some people for 400 years, and that shit's a choice."
The
He
fuck?
said slavery was a choice. And then one of the dudes who worked in the office was like, yo, dog, you're not even using your brain. You're being a fucking retard. Well, like one of the TMZ reporters. But I really think that dude is steady.
He's on something. For
no, it's MK Ultra, baby. It's if you don't know what MK Ultra is, Google it and come back for the show tomorrow.
Like MK Ultra controlling your brain, suggestive thinking, causing your perspective to change.
They do it to kids, and then when puberty happens, the wiring gets fucked up because of the hormones. So now
they were never able to
what you
perfect
get when
it.
you do it to an
It was
adult
the
is what's
military-
going on with this dude.
It was an abandoned military mind control program that has a lot of weird, fucked up side effects.
So basically, the plot of the book 1984.
No.
Almost.
I mean, maybe part of it, but like, interestingly enough, a movie called "The Men Who Stare at Goats" talked about it a little bit.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which "The Men Who Stare at Goats" supposedly is based on a true fucking story. Case in
Yeah,
point.
if you're not familiar with the 3rd Earth Battalion, that's real good. That's real good learning.
Clooney's in that, right?
You want to learn about the weirdness in the fucking army in the 60s and 70s. The story of the 3rd Earth Battalion, which was really a real thing. And the idea of, what's it called? Astral projection.
Is this like around the time they
a
had
weaponized
LSD
trait
and shit, and they would test it on people?
That movie starts with a scene where there's this general, and he's sitting in his office, like at his desk, with his fucking assistant. And he stands up, walks over by the one side of the room, and he goes, "I'm going into the other room." And the guy who's sitting in there with him says, "Okay, sir." And the guy goes running at the wall and just fucking hits it and just on the floor. And it's like, yeah, these heads would sit around and try to move through objects or cloud burst, which is one thing that they do that's actually something that they tried to teach people how to do, where if you stared at clouds, you could make them go away.
That's
It's
interesting.
called cloud bursting. It's a real deal.
I mean,
man.
realistically speaking, though, so here's a funny story. Did you know that Raiders of the Lost Ark exists within the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I didn't know that.
Like the Lost Ark of the Covenant does.
Correct, because at one point, at one point, well, maybe, but at one point, Red Skull says with the Tesseract, he's like, the Fuhrer is too busy looking for trinkets in the desert. And that's what he was talking about.
But that's because that's part of the Nazi storyline. The Ark of the Covenant was
true.
A historical, quote unquote, historical object.
All right, I guess so. It's reaching a bit, but in any case, no. I think that
Star Wars exists in Indiana Jones universe. If you've ever
E.T. exists in the Star Wars universe.
Yep.
That's what I was waiting on in that battle scene was a fucking. It's a Jar Jar.
Oh my god, that wouldn't no.
That battle scene, I'll tell you
I
what.
don't want them to cross
I've seen
those
two major battle scenes in the last month. I had no. I even kind of ruined Avengers for myself before I went and saw it. I didn't think I was even going to see it. She wanted to go see it. It was like a last minute thing to go. It's shit on Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I gotta tell you,
hot doo-doo turds.
It makes me sad. I have the book. I got to get down to reading it. Although I just got the audio book for the. I just got the audio book for the Gunslinger, so I'm listening to that right now. But
I'm on Wasteland.
Here's the thing. Look, I got to tell you, and this is I totally understand, because for most of the years when video games were becoming popular and developing, you were either in the military or in school or probably doing a lot of other stuff. And maybe it didn't have, to me, Ready Player One was a swan song for video games. Really think about it.
Oh, God.
as far as the story is concerned, there is literally zero reason to put Tracer in the fucking movie. From Overwatch, there's no possible fucking reason. Yeah. The only reason they did that was because they were trying to be like, yeah, this is an homage to just video gamers in general.
Yeah,
because
play more into kids this generation in that movie.
Exactly. Because I'm not gonna lie, I guarantee that in the actual book, it probably I'm sure shit
all 80s references.
Exactly. I'm sure it's way different, but at the same time, to me, for the way that it was executed, Avengers Infinity War was definitely better, but
yeah. I mean,
by how much? By how much? I don't really think that much, really.
Shit, you're tripping. You're tripping, and I was like a Ready Player One stan until fucking 3 weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah, until you saw the movie, that's the point. I liked it.
Disgusting.
Well, yeah, that's what I've been saying. Is anybody that hasn't read the book is going to love the movie, and anybody that read the book is going to hate the movie because they know how it was supposed to be. But all that aside, the movie itself looked amazing and was done very well.
Listen, let's be real here. At the end of the day, how is Steven Spielberg going to make a movie about the evil empire? Steven Spielberg fucking is the evil empire. It's like, come on. How do you think he got the rights to all those characters?
He made them.
Yeah, really.
No shit. He traded it for other fucking ones that he didn't need. But all right, fellas, I'm going to make you big screen. Say peace to everybody. I'm going to hang up on y'all so I can go back to my evening.
Have a good night, guys.
I'll talk to you both soon.
Yeah, I think it's 12:45. I think I am also going to call it. So, Justin, much love. Be seeing you again soon, I'm sure. Good discussion.
Yeah,
talk to you
later. When you finish Dark Tower, we should have a discussion about that because I'm in the middle of doing them too.
I only just started the first one, and it's like thus far there hasn't really been any heavy story development yet. It's great so far, but thus far all that's happened is he ordered some fucking hamburgers. So I'm
hanging up. If you guys are still on after I hang up on you, you can talk about your book. Okay, there we go. I'm out of there. I'm out of there, fam. Good discussion. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to talk about crazy conspiratorial related stuff in the form of this Kanye West thing and why I think he's MK Ultra as fuck. But I'm tired. I've had some long days, weather changes affecting my fucking health. Just lots of stuff going on. Lots of good stuff, lots of bad stuff, lots of stuff in overall. And I'm really confused as to what's going on in the chat. I tried to keep up on it. But channel update. I don't know what the fuck's going on with my YouTube channel. I should be clear of this bullshit by now, but I'm not. So I'm in contact with them trying to find out why I can't go live over there. But you can keep checking me out here. Shouts to Jake and Beard Love. Shouts to everybody out there. I gotta pee. I drank a lot of coffee today. So till tomorrow, probably. My name's Chuck Reeves. I'm the Beast host. Beard has spoken.